Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Now, the very first sutra in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, as well as you see this in Narada Bhakti Sutra, you will also see this in Brahma Sutra. It always begins with Atha. Atha Yoga Anusasanam. That is the very first sutra, okay? The very first word is Atha. And we covered that, those of us who enjoyed Narada Bhakti Sutra together a while ago, you might recall the very first word is Atha. Atha is a very important word. Atha means therefore, after that. Okay? After what is the question? After what? After the Yoga Sutram can be taught only by a person who knows yoga. And I don't know that, honestly. And Bhagavan says there is nobody on earth who can really teach that. It only has to come from Bhagavan. People who have achieved this yogam, they don't talk. Okay? And but you have to go and learn from them because they shower so much love. From there you take a nectar and drop here, there, like Ramana Maharishi or Kanchi Paramahansa, somebody, whatever, you get the drop and try to learn. But the only person who can really teach yogam is Bhagavan. Because he is Yogeshwara, he is Yogindra Vandidaya, Namaha, we say, pray to him. So, but still we have the impulse as when Mrs. Janaki requested for us to do Yoga Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The second or third time she mentioned that. That's why Bhagavan says we are taking it up. While the qualifications required, like sense control, like mind control, like with basically zero selfishness, okay? So there are tremendous amount of discipline and so-called different levels, different grades that we must have passed already to come to this word Atha. Because the sutras given by Patanjali are so full of nectar to be able to understand it, okay, we must have certain qualifications. The qualification is one of heart. When like Gopikas or Kannappa Nayanar or people like that, they already have that qualification. So it's natural for them. So the message is easily understood because the heart is speaking. For people like us who are not there yet, but still we want to read the sutras, so some level of understanding we'll have. It is as Swami Chinmayananda said long time ago in Toronto, which I'll always remember. He says there are three ways to enjoy the beauty of a flower. We have covered, I'm sure, in one of our earlier classes. You can look at the flower from a distance. How beautiful. That rose is so pretty, so nice. I look at the color and all. That's good. Second thing is I can go close to it. Look at, I can start looking at the petals, how soft they are, how beautifully it is formed, and all those things I can get a little bit closer. And third is I can go inside the flower itself like a bee and take the nectar. So we are right now looking at the flowers from a distance. For that, certain atha is required. Some qualifications are required. Some basic understanding is required. So when some words are used, so we don't get confused what they mean. So for that aspect is why I'm covering a few other things before we even started with the sutra. So I don't want you to think the last class and today, hey, why Patanjali Yoga Sutra, but he's talking everything other than Patanjali Yoga Sutra, because I am on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Sutra number 1. And the very first word, Atha. After that. After what? So to cover the after what, we saw some obstacles to learning. And what are the obstacles in last class? Past, present,
Future.
past, present, future. Past is affecting us in the present because we did something good, we did something bad, we failed, we succeeded, somebody did something to us, so many, I got angry yesterday, so whatever it is, that thing is bothering us, that's clouding us from looking at the present and learning the information that is coming, that Bhagavan is coming. Future, obviously, is because our future is uncertain. One thing certain about future is it's uncertain, right? But we are worried, we are afraid what's going to happen, how things are going to turn out. So in that worry and fear and desire that it should be a certain way, my son must get an A+, he must get admitted into this class, whatever it is, So all these things we have, that is clouding our present and ability to understand the knowledge, the teaching that is coming our way from Bhagavan. In the present itself, we saw there are 4 obstacles. One is when the information is given, Atha Yoga Anusasanam. Okay, take it. The Sanskrit words are given or comes in English, Tamil, it doesn't matter. What does it mean? Why it is Anusasanam? So that means he must be looking at this way. So we focus on grammar and words. How nicely this poet has composed this. And then immediately you talk about Krishna's Leela, you immediately quote from Bhagavad Gita and from Upanishads and all that. And what does it matter? You're missing the point. You're missing the essence of the message. That is called Vishaya Asakti. That's the very first one, focusing on the words and the grammar and the charcha and the debate associated with that, right? And in that process, you look at your own scholarship or lack of it, right? You're missing the message. That is the first obstacle. Second obstacle is dull intellect, mudamati, as is greatly said. So we can safely assume all of us have dull intellect, regardless of intellectual IQ being high or low. Our intellect is dull because we are not thinking of Bhagavan. We are not keeping the company of Bhagavan. We are thinking of so many other things. And mind is thinking that my wisdom, the intellect, the buddhi, is weak. It is not controlling the mind. So, it is dull, like a dull knife is. That itself is preventing me from understanding, because the moment the message is given, somebody comes to the door, all of us look at who is coming. That is mudamati. Because buddhi is not strong, you are following the mind. The mind should be controlled by the buddhi and say, no, that doesn't matter, I am focusing on this. You see that the example that how we miss the message in the present. Third is kutarkam, which is you can call it like an intelligence, ability to understand any given thing is a double-edged sword. Okay? It can cut you, it can also help you. Okay? And how can it cut you? By using my intelligence and having pride and arrogance in my own intelligence. I start doing Vedantavada, looking at things the wrong way. That is kutargam. When something specifically is said, you look at another meaning. Classic kutargam is, this thing goes on in India, is Ravanana. Is Raman superior or is Bharatan superior? Is Bharatan superior, Lakshmanan? Who cares? Why are you missing the message? All these are kutargam. Okay? They don't achieve anything. Okay? At the end, nothing is achieved. Honestly. Okay? That is kutargam, that's preventing you from understanding the message. And the fourth one is insisting and that what I say is correct. What I think is correct. Instead of opening yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because Bhagavan is when I got this email this morning, which I just spoke about, I was open to it. Okay, that is Bhagavan speaking to me. Okay, like that. You must be open always, not insist what you're saying is correct and all that. Except when you have experienced Bhagavan, even when somebody, even your own mother rejects it and disagrees with that and persuades you, no, then you know from something personal experience that is unshakable. That you hold on to. That is knowledge itself. But understanding, getting that knowledge, living in the present, these are the total 6 obstacles that we have. Past, present, future. Present has got 4 obstacles. Understand? Why is this important to what we're going to do? Because you must keep this in mind. Do I have this obstacle? Is it preventing me from, right? Now, let us talk about when you say, who are you? Okay. The first thing is we all think in terms of what? I am so and so. I'm 6'1", I'm bald-headed, I am father, I am mother, so many things. But we all think I am this body. Yes or no? How many of us really think I am God? Right? So I am this body. We all know we have eyes, ears, nose, everything. Right? So now we're going to talk about what is a body and what is an indriya. Understand it. That is as part of partially fulfilling the requirement of the word atha. Because I have to meet that requirement in order to go to the next word, yoga, then anusasanam. Okay? You understand? First word I have to cross. Partial requirement of that atha. Understand? We are all coming here to learn. But we are thinking I'm so and so. And I'm thinking in terms of a body only. What is this body? Let's understand. The body is composed of the 5 elements, Pancha bhootas. We all have heard this before. And why do we say the body is composed of the 5 elements? Because it is a product of the 5 elements. That is why we say the body is composed of Pancha bhootas. Next question is, what is this 5 elements, Pancha bhootas? Question comes. Correct? And all of you may know the answer to that, or 1 or 2 of you may not. I don't know. Right? So let me cover the answers. So first do the thing in Sanskrit first. Always precisely understand it in Sanskrit. Then we will go to English. Then correct any wrong understanding in the way we understand it in English. Okay? That's the idea. Akasham. Okay? Vayu. Agni. Jalam. Or Apam, we also call it. Okay? Prithvi. Akasham, Vayu, Agni, Jalam, Prithvi. Okay? In English we say Akasham, sir. Oh, Akash. A long time you use the word ether. Is a word you would have read. I could never understand what this ether is, honestly. I can't. You say sky. Is it sky? Okay, sky means immediately you look up. So, you look at Akasam as ether, sky, whatever you want to say. Right? Vayu, which is wind immediately. Agni is a fire. Now, when we say fire, how many of us think in terms of the lamp that we light in our puja room and the flame that is burning there, or the fire that we see when we in a Homa Kundam? That's what we think. when we say fire. But that's not what fire is. We'll talk about it, okay? Please understand. That is one way fire appears, that's all. Fire is also what digests your food. Okay? So, we will talk about that in a minute. So, fire. Then next one is jalam. We all know water. It's interesting. When you start from akasam, vayu, agni, akasam, I am not able to picture it. Vayu, I heard, but I know it is there, but I am not able to picture it. When you come to agni, yeah, I can see the form in a flame or something here. Yes and no. I am able to picture it, I am not able to picture it. The moment I say jalam, I know what. I can see water, no problem. And Prithvi is definitely earth, very clear. Why it is like that? It starts from the most subtle, sukshmam. Akasam is very sukshmam. Then next level of subtlety, next level of subtlety, next level of subtlety. Then finally gross level and then gross level. So we are so used to gross levels all the time, but actually we have come from the subtlest thing. Bhagavan is even subtler than akasam. You understand? Okay? It's a quality thing. Okay, so these are the 5 elements. So, next question is, so you say, Swami, that body is composed of the 5 elements. It's a product of these 5 elements. Where did these elements come from? So the body came from the 5 elements. Where did the elements come from? An astute student, like somebody like Arjuna, would ask these questions. Okay, when Bhagavan is giving the message, immediately, don't understand. I really don't understand, so I have to ask. So next question is, where did the 5 elements come from? Each is a subsequent manifestation of the previous one. That's what I just briefly explained to you, akasam, vayu, how subtle like that. Prithvi is a product of, what is the previous one? Jalam. Jalam is a product of Agni. How is it possible, sir? I put out fire with water, right? Think carefully. We covered this in, we have not covered Brahmanandavalli. We have not taught that. Okay. It's all given there beautifully. So, water comes from, but apasandhihi, we say that. Okay? That all, you start from Agni. So, water comes from Agni. Agni comes from Vayu. And Vayu from Akasam. Okay, fine. But where did the Akasam come from? Next question. Right? That's an honest question. Akasam comes from the changeless, primordial, that sound. Oh. And Om from the thing incognizable, Parabrahmam as we call. When we all recite Purusha Suktam, right? Some of us know Narayana Suktam also. Purusha Suktam, what does the meaning say? How does it happen? Okay, it willed. And then from Akasam, then all these things took place. This is the Viradam. Then Brahma came. Brahma was not the first one. That is why Brahma is in our Nabi, not in the Mooladharam. Okay, so Yoga Sastram, the Chakrangal and all that, starts from Mooladharam. The next Chakram is the one in Nabi, which is where Brahma is. That is why we say Brahma is coming out of the lotus flower in the Nabi. We never say, Sushigal has not said the lotus flower is coming out of Mooladharam. It's not because Mooladharam created the Nabi, created the next. That thing was there, and then Akasam, then Vayu, then Agni, then Jalam and Prithvi. For the gross manifestation. This is the gross physical manifestation. Okay, do you understand? So I'm going too theoretical, too deep, let me know, or any questions, let me know. Then the question is, that's all fine and dandy, but then what is the relationship between these five elements and the body? The very first question I have, okay, you told me about this, and you say this is a product of the five elements. Now I understand how these various product elements came from, even though I don't understand it, at least I've heard it, right? But how does it relate to the body? You still haven't told me that, right? Okay. The Bhagavan, Parabrahman, first had a common, a desire. The desire is because Bhagavan himself has answered this, a question that I was battling for 40 years. Bhagavan himself answered it. And said, what is the kamam is very simple. And this is how our Vedas teachers and Bhagavan himself has come to teach. And Krishna Bhagavan came, many Rama, where when you listen to them very carefully, you hear this message. What is it? Ekoham bahusyam. They say, you have heard of this. That I am one. I decided to become many. Okay? Ekam Sathya. Ekam, only one. Sat, this is the truth. Vipraha, people who know. Bahuda vadanti. They describe it in many, many ways. Why did in Brahmananda Valli it beautifully describes that Parabrahman himself speaks. Okay, how I became many. Why did you become many? Why did you become many? If you're only one, you must ask a question. There is only one. Why did you become so many, appearing as so many? That's a correct question. Then it answers. If you have that question, you ask the right question, you get the answer for that. Bhagavan will give you the answer. Okay, and what is the answer? He says, look, Kana, I am love. I am nothing but love. Prema Swarupa. If you put a form for me, not the form in temples and this and that, those are all important in their own way, but that's not, I am beyond all that. What is it? What am I really? Okay, is I am Prema Swarupa, the form of love. Selfless love that we all experience, that we know is there within us. That is my form. Form means you don't have to think in terms of gross form, but that is my form. I am also Ananda Swarupa, the form of bliss. It says, then my nature of a Prema Swarupa is to give prema and receive prema. That is my nature. Ananda Swarupa, my nature is to give bliss and receive bliss. But there is no one else to give love to and receive love from. There is no one else to give bliss to and receive bliss from. Therefore, I created myself from myself. That is why. So this is what is happening in the whole universe. When you heard this from Bhagavan himself, I was floored. Everything became clear to me. Whatever you do, you are doing this because your nature is love and you are giving love. The moment you give love, automatically you will receive love back. Try to love someone, he will love you back. Try to speak somebody kindly, he'll speak to you kindly. That's the nature of love. And this is what we call, and how is it present? It is present in the form of attraction. In everything we do, I'm attracted to come to this class. I'm attracted to go and sing. I'm attracted to go and earn money. I'm attracted to money. And most of us are attracted to money. 90%, 95% of the people present here, that's where I feel, rightly or wrongly, are tremendously attracted to money. And they think money is what everything, but they forget. It is not the money that is attracting, it is the attractor present in the money that is attracting. This is Rama, principle of Rama. Ramyate iti Ramaha. In everything you see, there is attraction. Attraction sometimes shows us repulsion. That is the other side of it. But because attraction is present, right? What is it that's attracting you? Today I own this house. Own house is attracting. Tomorrow I sell this and go. Does the house attract me anymore? It's the same house. What is it? The attraction is within me. I project my attraction on an object and the object attracts me. An ant goes to a mound of sugar, a lump of sugar. Sugar is sweet. The lump of ant is also sweet. It's a sweetness that's attracting. You understand? So love takes different forms. Whatever you do, you can see Swami in that. Because you're attracted to it. And that attraction, the attractor, is really within you. You understand? Give and receive. Give and receive. That's the reason. So, this is the primal desire. Ata purusho havai narayano kamayata prajas. Right? Right? So, kamayata. With the desire, atha, after that. See, even Narayana Upanishad also comes with that. After what? After Bhagavan says, oh my God, I need to create myself from myself in order to give love and receive love. Then, with that desire, all Srija, Yeti, everything was created. That's the very first line in Narayana Upanishad. Atha purusho havai narayano kamayata prajas yeti. Page number 7. Okay? So, that is the common. Do you understand? That is why we all have desires, because the Bhagavan had a desire, right? That's why the desires came from there only. So, desire, that's why in Sahasranama we say, Kamaha, Kamakrit, Kantaha. We say in Vishnu Sahasranama, right? Kamaha, desire came. Kamakrit, because of that, desires have been created. Kantaha, the attractors. You understand? So, that, now, desire alone is not enough. You have to take the effort. That is called yatna. Yatna means effort. You understand? Okay. Now, from that effort, born of that desire, comes the mahat. Mahat, the hugeness, the expansiveness. We all know there is something very big. Form. We can't see a physical form to it, but we know the form of bigness is there. The great, whatever you see in your mind, physically, it doesn't matter. The concept, the thing of bigness, the mahat, that you know very well is beyond me. Right? So from the effort came this mahat. That's the very first thing. And then, which is the mahat is the cosmos in English as we call it. From there came the akasam. From there came the vayu. From the vayu came the agni. From the agni came jalam. From jalam came prithvi. The body we have, the human body we have, the body of an ant, the body of a blade of grass, the body of a speck of sand, the body of the distant star, doesn't matter. Made of these 5 elements. Came from yatna, came from the kama. You understand? Okay, fine. I hear all this, but I really still don't understand, because you say the body is composed of these 5 elements, this is how it came, and came from Bhagavan. Fine. But still I don't understand. Where are these 5 elements present in the body then? The body is made of the 5 elements. Where are they present? Tell me. Correct question. Now, see how the subtleness takes a gross form. How the invisible becomes visible. Have you ever thought about it? The energy becomes matter, as we call it. If you talk in a scientific language, if you talk of energy as radiation, Bhagavan is the source, love, radiates. Now, radiation I can understand, because I've heard it in class. I paid money to go to the class, so I listened. Right? I understand. So, now the radiation at a given point, if it vibrates, and then the vibration materializes. Right? We all understand that in science, we know that. That is what's happening. Bhagavan's love, the radiation, now vibrates. These five elements, in my body, how did this body materialize as a physical lump? These 5 elements, each one of them is present in 5 different ways, 5 aspects. We are going to cover that. Okay? Number 1, Akasam. What are the 5 different ways the Akasam is present in me? So I can relate to this on a personal basis. This knowledge, Vidya, is not outside. I'm not talking about the universe outside. That's a scientist tries to find. The same universe is within me. All the knowledge is within me. There's nothing outside me. Okay? Understand? First thing to understand in spirituality, everything is within you. Nothing outside. So, Akasam. First one. Now, we all know that I know I'm attending this class. I know I'm here in Austin. I know I'm here in Coppell or wherever I am, right? I'm here in this Plano. I know. Who is this knower? If you don't say Parabrahman. Parabrahman is manifesting in different aspects, and we're talking about the aspects. What is this aspect that the knower within each one of us? That's called Jnata in Sanskrit. Learn it in Sanskrit. Jnanam, Jnata, Jneyam. Jneyam is something to be known. Jnanam is the knowledge. Jnata is the knower. Jnata, Jnanam, Jneyam become one. That is called Yogam. Okay? Now, so understand the different subtle differences very carefully. Sanskrit describes it very precisely. Okay? So, Jnata. So, I can relate on a personal basis. There's a Jnata aspect in me. That is one aspect of Akasam. Second thing is, if I ask you, are you happy? Chances are you'll nod your head and all this. Nobody is going to say, no, you know what? I immediately go through a litany of pains I have and the worries I have. Nobody is interested in listening to that. Are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. Very good. And then you move on. But are you really happy? Only you know and Bhagavan knows. Right? Then other thing we use is, no peace of mind. Such a rat race. No peace of mind. How many times we have peace of mind? You ever heard that phrase? What is his mind? Forget peace for a second. What is his mind? That mind, that aspect, what we call manas, is another aspect of Akasam that is present in us. Okay? So, third aspect of Akasam is what we call as Buddhi. Okay? You know very well now each one of whatever I am saying is present in you. You can relate to it, right? The same way, I cannot see the form of Akasam. I cannot see the form of Jnata. I cannot see the form of my Manas. I cannot see the form of Buddhi. Just because I cannot physically see them does not negate their existence. Because we know they are there. Now you see how they are connected to Akasam? Fourth aspect of Akasam. Ahamkaram. Ego, we say in very quickly, egoism, we say. Not in terms of I am the doer, I am doing it, I am speaking, I'm singing, I'm doing this, I have this money, whatever we say, this that associating myself with my body and mind and buddhi. What is it? I know that I'm beyond this. I know I'm beyond this body. All of us know this. Yes or no? Honestly speaking, everyone, if somebody disagrees with me, tell me on the phone, okay? I also know I'm beyond this mind I have. I know that. I also know I'm beyond the buddhi that I have. The buddhi that says, don't do this, go towards God, that directing me there. Something is there within me that is directing me. I know I'm beyond that. Still, I associate myself with my buddhi, my mind, my body. I don't associate myself with that I that is beyond all this. What is it that is ahamkaram? You understand? An aspect of akasam present in me. That is also Bhagavan's creation. It is his leela. Okay? You have to give the credit where it is due. Don't negate anything. Oh, ahamkara. Ahamkara. Okay, fine. The moment you put the ahamkaram with the aham and give the credit to Bhagavan, then ahamkaram doesn't touch you. But it's an aspect of Bhagavan present in me. Now the fifth one. See, we all, who in us really want to die? We all carry this notion. Even though we know that notion is wrong, we know very well it is wrong, but we all carry this notion that I'm going to be living forever. Not on a mind basis, but we see many people passing away, we read news, but somehow or other it doesn't touch us. I am permanent. That feeling of permanence, which is very subtle, present within us. You can't deny it. It is very much there. Right? And so much so, we have even come to a habit, right from young age, to not even talk about death. Don't talk about death. No. That is what Bhajagovindam starts with that. Very first teaching of Bhagavatam is death only. But we ignore that because I don't want to go there. I want to live forever. I want to maybe get a fourth bypass and live even longer. That tendency, that pull, that impulse, that thing that of permanence in this, among this temporary thing that is seeking happiness all the time, bliss, whatever it is, right, that present within us. That is also the fifth aspect of akasam. Do you understand? That's called panchakam. It is Sanskrit word for it. Jnata, manas, buddhi, ahamkaram, panchakam. 5 aspects in which akasam is present. Pantam va idagum sarvam pante naiva pantagas prunoti ti. Everything is made of 5. The 5 in 5 is what all this. This is what Upanishad says. That is what we are going through right now. One example. Okay.
One good question. The one you said now is
Taittiriya Upanishad, Sikshavali, where the Rishi explains all the knowledge to be learned is there in Taittiriya Upanishad, Sikshavali. That one. There he describes the 5 thing and he says how the 5 is what is present here. Everything is 5 only. The 5 looks at the 5 and the whole creation is made. My eye looks at an object, then I experience. My skin experiences something, I experience. That's how you experience the world. We all, very common sense. Person in coma doesn't experience anything. So the 5 into 5. Senses and sense objects. But the life for the person who is perceiving all this is different. Okay, now we're going to akasam.
So, question.
Yeah.
Panchakam, the feeling of I am going to live forever.
Yeah, the existence, that you exist, happiness, that each one of us shine in our own effulgence. It doesn't matter what color we are, what height we are, what age we are. Each one of us shining. That's why I'm able to recognize you. Isn't it? Where is that shining comes from? That is a reflection present in me. That also wants to be permanent. That also wants to be happy all the time. It is not the desire to be happy. Don't mistake wanting to be happy. Don't confuse it with a desire to be happy. Your happiness is your nature. Because of that you want to be happy. Knowledge is your nature. That is why you want to know. And permanence is your nature. That is why you want to be permanent. You want to live forever. Do you understand? That, you see that very important thing personally. If you analyze it, all these will be true. This is how beautifully rishis have gone in to the truth only. Okay? Bit by bit, it's being explained. So you understand how the Akasam is present within us. So next time we think of Akasam, I don't have to look at the sky. Understand? I can think of the 5 subtleties that are present in me. Okay? Then we'll see the next element is Vayu.